All right.
Hi, everybody. So I'm excited. Ashley has been using the Beachbody app and she loves it. And so I thought it would be a really great idea if we just did a quick call to kind of talk about, the app and how you're using and how it's working for you. And then just overall, how do coaches use this app? How do you get challengers in there? It's confusing, right? Because there's, stuff you need to do on the computer, stuff you do in the app. So I thought we would do a quick little call just to kind of explain it some. And then again, like to just go back and talk about how well it's working for you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I actually initially started using the app probably the beginning of this year, January, just because I had a couple of people that had approached me about wanting to be in a challenge group, but they weren't on Facebook. And I knew we had the app, but I will be honest, I was very hesitant to use it just because I thought this is one more thing for me to do. And I'm only going to have a couple people over there because I didn't want to transfer all of my customers to the app. Because it seemed like a lot of work. So I ran it with just 2 people, and it was fine. Didn't really see the benefits, and then I thought, again, those 2 people, they're active, customers, and I just really wanted to support them, and they wanted to do more, so I approached about 10 people to join us in the app, and they loved it. Actually, they were all people that were in the Facebook group with me, and they preferred the app. At the end of the month, they preferred the app over the Facebook group. Because they could log their workouts each day. And so each day when you go in, you see, oh, I've only done 12 workouts and we're on day 20. What's been happening? So you can see, they can track their own progress as well as their Shakeology progress. They can put in their weight and their measurements so they can track it that way. So it was a very good hands-on tool for them. Also, it seemed like they liked the just ease of it. And it wasn't one more thing in Facebook to check. Sometimes in Facebook, there's so many notifications and there's so many things. And so they were missing all the challenge group had to offer because of the 30 notifications they get each day. And so they weren't checking it, whereas this, they were checking each day. As a coach, I really liked it because I can go in and I can see when the last day they worked out was. I can see when the last day they drank Shakeology was. I can see all of those things. So it makes me a better coach because I can go and actually have a conversation with them like, hey, you haven't worked out in, 5 days. What's been going on? And to see and engage them in that way. Whereas, maybe on Facebook they haven't been working up, or maybe they have. I don't know. Maybe they just haven't been engaged on Facebook. And so it's hard to tell, and so it's an easier way for me to be a better coach because I can be hands-on with that. And it runs very similar to a Facebook group, so I didn't feel like it was that different. So those are kind of the reasons why I started. I know, Cindy, you said you wanted me to share how to get set up with it,
Yeah.
and how we as coaches can do that. So I was going to screen share just a little bit. All right, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, awesome. So as a coach, in order to set up a challenge group you can't go to the app. You have to actually go to mychallengetrackerportal.com and you use your coach login to log in.
I think that's where coaches get confused. They kind of forget that there's this initial coach piece.
Right.
So you actually have to do this part on your computer to get it set up for the app.
Right. And then once you have that set up, I'll go over how to set up. And once you have it set up and invite people, then you don't have to do anything more on the computer unless if you're on the computer and want to. But you can do the rest all from the app. So it's just the initial setup that you have to do on the computer. So over here in the corner, we have to create a new challenge group. You can do, you could run a 5-day Shakeout group in the app if you wanted to. It doesn't have to just be workouts. You could, I think you could run a free group. You would just do like a multi-program one in here as well. So you could do a free group in here. I mean, really, you could do anything just like you do on Facebook. So we'll just do, I know your guys' new group name is Summer Strong, and we'll say we're starting tomorrow and doing 21 days. You could also run like a focus group. So if you were doing just a 21-day fix, you could do a 21-day fix group. So you can be specific. I've only ran multi-program ones.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
I'm just trying to think ahead of things that may come up since we didn't actually have anyone on live, but is there a limit on the number of days?
I have not seen a limit on a number of days.
Okay, awesome.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything that says that. So you would want to select an image. I wonder if it'll let me bypass that. Okay. And then you create a group and you're going to put, make your coach profile. And that's pretty simple. I don't need to go over that, I don't think. And then here's the part where you invite participants. So you would want to go and customize an email. It will automatically, once you put in their name, it'll put in their name, and then you're going to want to put something specific like welcoming to the challenge group, what the challenge group is, that kind of thing. And then the rest of the email goes through the dates of a challenge group. It shows them how to get the app. Now, the only thing I have running with this is it will not work on a Windows device. It only works on Android or iPhone,
okay.
iOS. So the Windows phones, it does not work on. They don't have an app for that yet. And then it shows them, they're going to get an invite code. So if you try to go into the app itself and we're trying to set up a group that way and it said, where's your invite code? It would be in here, and that's why you weren't able to set up a group, because you can't do it to the app. So you get the invite code in the email. And it will come from your email address, not from Beachbody. So it would be like you were inviting them via email. And then you just add their name and their email address. We can have up to 250 participants in the app, and you actually can also have up to 10 coaches. Now, the group that I'm currently running, we had more than 10 coaches. So people that were discount coaches, we actually just set them up as a participant instead of a coach admin. And they can just use the app just as they want. Also, a couple of my coaches only had like 1 or 2 customers. So I set them up as a customer, and then I sent their customer an email. It was fine. It doesn't transfer the customer to me. They still stay underneath the other coach. It just, I sent the email because we were limited to how many coaches we could have. And then we also have the option of adding files, so meal plans. However, you are limited to only 10 files that you're allowed to post or keep in.
Okay, and those can be PDF files, all right.
Those can be, and they're only PDF, yep. Okay. So I will show you guys, that's how you set up a group. I'll kind of show you what it looks like from a coaching aspect. So right now, here are our participants. So like I said, here you can see how many workouts they've logged, how much Shakeology they've done, when the last day they worked out was. Like I can see a couple people haven't worked out, that kind of thing, or haven't logged in. So that would be something like this next couple days I would set in and say, hey, how are you doing? That kind of thing. You go to their profiles. Sorry. They will be able to set their own personal goal. They can put a before photo. I just encouraged my challengers that I'm the only one that can see their before photo. They didn't have to worry about it. I encourage them to put it there just so that they can do a before and after. I think that's beneficial. They can put in their weight and their measurements and all those kind of things. And then there is a calendar view here where I can see what they've done as well. And then you can also see their activity and what they've done. So that's kind of what I can see about a participant. And then we also have the group feed. What I really like about the group feed is if you look, I'm gonna make a post, and then I can also click to schedule it. So I don't have to post it right now. I know some of us pay to do Buffer and that kind of thing, but we pay to use Buffer, and this is free. So, and it's built in. I really like that feature. Now, a video, you do have to have it on YouTube. So if you were like doing a welcome video for people, you would have to convert that to a YouTube video for them to see it. Otherwise, once people do a workout, they post it just like they would on Facebook. Today, our challenge was they got to put a dream vacation. And so where you see posts of that and some people's workouts. So this part of it runs very similar to Facebook. Not really any different in that aspect. So that's kind of what the challenge tracker looks like. Again, once you have it all set up, you can do all of it from your phone, including, you know, your coach posts, all those kind of things you can do from your phone. So you wouldn't have to use your computer after you have it set up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it only takes a couple minutes to set a group up. Mm-hmm. And then I love how it emails, you know, the participants and gives them all of the information they need. It kind of takes that part of the work out for you. Mm-hmm. And then, so you're saying once you have the group set up, you really could just do everything from your phone. You don't really even need to log back into it on your computer this way, because you can see all of these things from the app on your phone.
Right, exactly. I don't know if I can hold it up and you would actually be able to see. We can try that. And you get notifications on it, just like you do for Facebook if you're worried about that. So, and you can private message people through it too. It goes to their email. So when you, I don't know if you can see that very well, but when you first get in, this is what it looks like, and it gives you the option there to log your workout or log your Shakeology. So that's pretty cool. And then you can't really see this, but there's a big cross button, and then that comes up where you could put in your weight for the day, your Shakeology, your measurement, and a progress. So that's a way for a challenger to keep track of that themselves, or you to keep track of your own progress. And then once I post as a coach, all of my challengers will see that post. So if I wanted to post like a daily challenge, I could post that and it would stay pinned to the top of the app until I post something else as a coach. Cool. So that's kind of cool, because then they see it. You know how sometimes we have like, here do a plank challenge, and it goes down to the feet and no one sees it. And so this, it's there until I post something else. So
yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the rest is just like Facebook.
If there are, you've said that you can have up to 10 coaches. So let's say me, you, and Rachel and Sam are all in a group. Do all coach posts stay pinned to the top?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. That's really good. I love it. It sounds like it's pretty easy to do. I feel like when I did the test group, I really liked it a lot too. And I feel like those people who love like the Fitbit and some of that stuff would really dig the app too, because there's so much of that like self-monitoring. Mm-hmm. And then I love the idea that I feel like a lot of people that I talk to on Instagram, they don't want Facebook. They don't have Facebook and they don't want it. So it's really great that you can incorporate, a challenge group and include those people. So I love it. Thanks for kind of giving us a quick overview. It sounds so much more intimidating than it is.
Yeah, it takes a couple minutes to set up. Then it's just, it runs very similar to Facebook. But like you said, it's a great avenue for people that don't want Facebook, or if you have coaches that don't want to be on Facebook. I mean, it's a great way for them to run challenge groups.
That is awesome. I love it. I'm so glad that we have it and that you took a couple minutes to go over it. We're going to end the recording here in a second. What we'll do is post this call in F3 and, obviously everywhere, so people can share it out, and we'll give people an opportunity to ask questions since we decided to just do a quick hop on and record type thing, and we'll make sure we get any questions answered that get, shared or asked. And then maybe what we can do is go dig up those two videos that Beachbody shared out forever ago and just share those again. So if for some reason someone's like, well, I couldn't quite see that on Ashley's screen, I want to see it a little better. They kind of go over the same thing, but you made it look super easy. So thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.